We'll go for some questions on spotting the error. Come to the first one. 3 hours have passed since they had come here. Now we have two ideas in this statement. 3 hours have passed is one idea. They had come here is the other idea. So there are two ideas in this sentence along with since. The exception we discussed regarding the usage of since in tenses. When there are two ideas in a sentence along with since, the idea before since must be present perfect or present perfect continuous, and the idea after since must be simple past tense. That is the exception we discussed. Come to the idea before since. 3 hours have passed. Have passed is have plus V3. And have plus V3 is present perfect. So idea before since is in the present perfect tense. That is completely fine. So the idea after since must be in the simple past tense. Come to the idea after since. Since they had come here, had come is had plus come is V3 in this statement. Had plus V3 is past perfect. The idea after since cannot be past perfect. The idea after since must be simple past tense. So that is the error. The error is in part C. In fact, there is no need for us to frame the correct answer. Our task is just to find out the answer. But still, we'll frame the correct answer. The idea after since must be in the simple past tense. So correct statement must be 3 hours have passed since they came here. They came here. The subject in this sentence is they. The subject here in this idea is they is the subject plus came is V2 and subject plus V2 is simple past. Now the whole statement is grammatically correct. 3 hours have passed since they came here. Before since present perfect, after since simple past tense. Now this statement is grammatically correct. Come to the next one. When she did not find her son in the house, she asked her husband where had he gone. The sentence started this way. When she did not find her son, past tense, she asked her husband, past tense, where had he gone, past tense. The whole statement is in the past tense, so tense consistency is there. This is not an interrogative sentence because it is not ending with a question mark, it is ending with a full stop. So it is not interrogative. If it is not interrogative, the auxiliary verb must come after the noun or pronoun. That is the rule we discussed. So if it is not interrogative, the auxiliary verb must always come after the noun or pronoun. Come to the last part of the sentence here. Where had he gone? He is the pronoun here. Had is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun. The auxiliary verb can come before the pronoun only if it is an interrogative sentence. This is not an interrogative sentence, so the auxiliary verb must come after the pronoun. That is the error. The error is in part C. So in this case, the correct statement must be where had he gone. He is the pronoun. Had is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb, where he had gone. He had gone. He is the pronoun here. Had is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming after the pronoun. It is not an interrogative statement. So correct statement must be when she did not find her son in the house, she asked her husband where he had gone. Now the whole statement is grammatically correct. Come to the next one. By the time he entered the theatre, the show was already begun. Now we have two ideas in the past tense here. He entered the theatre is one idea in the past tense. The show was already began is the other idea in the past tense. We have two ideas in the past tense here. Any time difference? Yes. The usage by the time tells us that there is a time difference between the two actions. And not only that, the word already denotes a time difference between the two actions. So we have two actions in the past tense. Time difference is also there. So action completed first must be in the past perfect tense. That is the rule we discussed regarding the usage of past perfect. Now understand the meaning. Which is the idea that is completed first? He entered the theatre, a show getting started. The show getting started is action is completed first, so that must be in the past perfect tense. It is not in the past perfect tense. That is the error. So the error is in part C. So the correct statement must be the show had already begun. B-E-G-U-N. Past perfect is had plus V3. V1 is begin, V2 is began, V3 is begun. It's begin, began, begun. Had already begun is had plus V3, and had plus V3 is past perfect. So correct statement must be, by the time he entered the theatre, the show had already begun. The error is in part C. Come to the next one. Since he joined his new job, he did not perform well. We have two ideas in this statement. He joined his new job is one idea. He did not perform well is the other idea. So we have two ideas in this sentence along with since. So the rule is the exception. We discussed the previous statement as well. Two statements earlier we discussed. The idea after since must be simple past, and the other idea must be present perfect or present perfect continuous. That is the rule. Come to the idea after since. The idea coming after since is he joined his new job. The subject here is he plus joined is V2. Subject plus V2 is simple past. So idea after since is in the simple past tense. That is completely fine. So there is no error in part A. The other idea must be in the present perfect tense or the present perfect continuous tense. Now come to the other idea. He did not perform well. He did not perform well is simple past. This idea cannot be in the simple past tense. That is the error. The error is in part C. In fact, the correct statement must be he hasn't performed well. He hasn't performed well. Hasn't performed is has plus V3, and has plus V3 is present perfect. So two ideas in this statement. The idea after since is in the simple past. The other idea is in the present perfect tense. This statement is grammatically correct. So correct sentence must be, since he joined his new job, he hasn't performed well. Performed is V3 here. Now performed is both V2 and V3. It's performed, performed, performed. In this sentence, performed is in the V3 form. There's nothing like has plus V2. It's always has plus V3. Now the whole statement is grammatically correct. Come to the next one. He has read 5 stories written by me by the end of December. By the end of December refers to future. So this statement is in the future tense undoubtedly. So whole statement must be in the future tense. He has read is present perfect tense. The sentence talks about an action in the future. We cannot use present perfect tense in this statement. So that is the error. The error is in part A. We got the answer. As I said, there is no need for us to frame the correct answer. But we will frame the correct answer. At the time of the examination, there is no need. He has read 5 stories written by me. How many ideas are there in this statement? Only one idea. That is, he has read 5 short stories written by me is the only idea here. And in this statement, we have by. And the sentence talks about an action in the future, because by the end of December refers to future. So we have one idea in the future tense along with by. So that idea must be in the future perfect tense. The rule we discussed regarding the usage of future perfect. When there is one idea in a sentence in the future, along with by, that particular idea must be in the future perfect tense. So in this sentence, we have one idea in the future along with by. So that idea must be in the future perfect tense. So this statement must be in the future perfect tense. So here, in this case, the correct statement must be, he will have read 5 short stories. He will have read 5 short stories. Will have read is will plus have plus V3, and will plus have plus V3 is future perfect. Now the whole statement is grammatically correct. One idea in the future along with by, that idea is in the future perfect tense, grammatically correct. Getting it? Come to the next one. When they went and when did they come back? Question mark. This is an interrogative sentence because it ends with a question mark. And if it is interrogative, the verb must come before the noun or pronoun. That is what I said. Come to the second idea. When did they come back? Question mark. They is the pronoun here. Did is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun. Interrogative sentence, the second idea is completely fine. No error. Now come to the first part. When they went, they is the pronoun here. Went is the verb. The verb is coming after the pronoun. The verb can come after the pronoun only if it is not an interrogative sentence. This is an interrogative sentence. The auxiliary verb or the verb must come before the noun or pronoun. That is the rule. We got the answer. The error is in part A. Now, in fact, the correct statement here must be, when did they go? It's always did plus V1 plural. When did they went is wrong. Did they go? When did they go? Didn't come, didn't sit, didn't stand, didn't teach, didn't sleep, didn't learn, etc. It's always do, does, did plus V1 plural. When did they go? When did they go? And when did they come back? When did they go? Did is the auxiliary verb. They is the pronoun. The auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun. Interrogative sentence. Now the first idea is also completely fine. We got the answer. The error is in part A. Now in fact, the whole statement must be, the correct form must be, when did they go? When did they go and when did they come back? Question mark, interrogative. Come to the next one. This program is going on for 2 hours. Now 2 hours is period of time, duration. And with period of time, duration, we have to use for. So for 2 hours is a correct usage. The two categories in which for appears are perfect and perfect continuous. For appears in the perfect and perfect continuous categories of all the 3 tenses. That is the rule we discussed. Now come to the statement. This program is going on. Is going on is plus V1 plus ing, present continuous tense. For cannot appear in the present continuous tense. That is the error. We got the answer. The error is in part B. That is one rule. One more rule. I told you, in continuous tense, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous. In the continuous tense, point of time or period of time should not be mentioned. That's another rule we discussed. Is going on is present continuous. In a continuous sentence, period of time or point of time should not be mentioned. There is one more reason to say that the error is in part B. This program is going on for 2 hours is wrong. The correct statement must be, this program has been going on for 2 hours. The meaning of this statement is, the program has started and it's continuing till some time. For any action that starts and keeps going till some time, we have to use the perfect continuous category. Has been going on is has plus been plus V1 plus ing, present perfect continuous, and for can appear in present perfect continuous. Now all the rules we discussed are satisfied. The error is in part B. Come to the next one. As soon as he entered the classroom, the students approached. As soon as I entered the classroom, the students approached me and start asking doubts. Now, as soon as tells us that there is no time difference. Now, I entered the classroom is one action in the past. The students approached me is the other action in the past. As soon as means immediately, spontaneously, at the moment, on the spot. So, as soon as tells us that there is no time difference here. And if there is no time difference, past perfect should not be used. There is no past perfect in this statement, so that concept is completely fine. Now come to some other concept to find out whether there is an error or not. As soon as I entered the classroom, past tense, the students approached me, past tense, and start asking questions, start is present tense. The sentence started in the past, ended in the present, no tense consistency, so the error is in part C. Now from the beginning to the end, a sentence must be in the same tense, except the exceptions that we discussed. So in this case, it cannot be start, it must be started. As soon as I entered the classroom, the students approached me and started asking questions. Started in the past, ended in the past, now tense consistency is there. So error in this concept is regarding the concept of tense consistency. Come to the next question. Did she tell you why she hasn't gone there yesterday? Question mark. The sentence started this way. Did she tell you? Past tense. So whole statement must be in the past tense. Only then there will be tense consistency. Did she tell you why she hasn't gone there? She hasn't gone there. Hasn't is present tense. So there's no tense consistency here. That is the error. The error is in part B. Now in fact, the correct statement must be, did she tell you why she hadn't gone there yesterday? Past tense. Now hadn't gone is had plus V3. And had plus V3 is past perfect. Now when do we use past perfect? When there are two actions in the past tense and only if there is a time difference between the two actions, the action is completed first, must be in the past perfect tense. Now we'll check whether that concept is completely fine here or not. We have two actions in the past tense here. One is did she tell you and the other one is she hadn't gone there yesterday. So two actions in the past tense are these. One is did she tell you and the other one is she hadn't gone there yesterday. Now when did she go there? When did she decide not to go there? Yesterday. When did she tell you? Today. Because there's 1 day difference. She said she hadn't gone there yesterday means she told you today. So between going there, not going there and telling you, there is 1 day time difference. Undoubtedly. So we have two actions in the past tense. 1 day time difference is there. So action that is completed first must be in the past perfect tense. Understand the meaning? Which is the action that is completed first? Telling you and not going there. Not going there is action is completed first, so that must be in the past perfect tense. Hadn't gone is had plus V3 past perfect. Now that concept is also completely fine. The error in this statement is in part B. Come to the next one. No one saw them since the fire broke in their locality. We have two ideas in this sentence. One is no one saw them. The other one is the fire broke in the locality. So we have two ideas in this sentence along with since. The exception. The idea before since must be present perfect or present perfect continuous, and the idea after since must be simple past tense. Come to the idea after since. Since the fire broke in their locality, the fire is a subject here, broke is a verb in the V2 form. It's break, broke, broken. Subject plus V2 is simple past. So the idea after since is in the simple past tense. That is completely fine. So the idea before since must be present perfect or present perfect continuous. Come to the idea before since. No one saw them. No one is a subject here. Saw is V2. See is V1. Saw is V2. Seen is V3. It's see, saw, seen. Now subject plus V2 is simple past tense. The idea before since cannot be simple past tense. The idea before since must be present perfect or present perfect continuous. So that is the error. The error is in part A. Now in fact, the correct statement here must be no one has seen him. It's them. No one has seen them. No one is the subject here, plus has plus seen is V3. Subject plus has plus V3 is present perfect. Now completely fine. The idea before since present perfect. The idea after since simple past. Now grammatically correct. No one is an indefinite pronoun. I gave you the list of indefinite pronouns as a separate rule in subject-verb agreement. No one, nobody, nothing. anyone, anybody, anything, someone, somebody, something. All these are called indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns tell us that the subject is singular, the verb must also be singular. So no one have is a wrong usage. It must be no one has. Singular subject, singular verb, that is also completely fine. Now the whole statement is grammatically correct. No one has seen them since a fire broke in their locality. There in the given statement is in part A. Getting it? Come to next one. By this time next year, Santosh will complete his graduation. Next year refers to future. So sentence must be in the future tense, undoubtedly. We have only one idea in this sentence, that is Santosh will complete his graduation. By this time next year is not an idea, it is just denoting time. The only idea in this statement is Santosh will complete his graduation. So we have only one idea in the future along with by. In this statement, we have only one idea in the future along with by. So that idea must be in which tense, which category? Future perfect tense. When there is only one idea in the future along with by, that idea must be in the future perfect tense. That is a rule. Come to this. Santosh will complete. Will complete is will plus V1 plural. And will plus V1 plural is simple future. In this sentence, we don't want simple future. We need future perfect. That is the error. The error is in part B. So in fact, the correct statement must be Santosh will have completed his graduation. Will have completed is will plus have plus V3, and will plus have plus V3 is future perfect. So correct sentence must be by this time next year, Santosh will have completed his graduation. Come to next one. Oh my God! Exclamation mark. This is called exclamation mark. Now we use an exclamation mark only when the feelings are sudden. Can be a negative feeling or a positive feeling, but sudden. Oh my God! How beautiful is she? Full stop. This is not an interrogative sentence because it is not ending with a question mark. And if it is not an interrogative sentence, the auxiliary verb must come after the noun or pronoun. That is the rule we discussed. How beautiful is she? She is the pronoun here. Is is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun. The auxiliary verb can come before the pronoun only if it is an interrogative sentence. This is not an interrogative sentence, so the auxiliary verb must come after the pronoun. That is the error. The error is in part C. Now, in fact, the correct statement here must be how beautiful she is. Full stop. How beautiful she is. She is the pronoun. Is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming after the pronoun. Now, this statement is grammatically correct. So, correct sentence must be oh my God, how beautiful she is. Got it? Come to next one. I think you don't know he is owning an apartment apart from 3 houses. I told you about this word actually. I am owning a bike is wrong. It must be I own a bike. I am existing here is wrong. It must be I exist here. So he is owning an apartment. This is a wrong usage. We got the answer. The error is in part B. Now the correct statement must be he owns an apartment apart from 3 houses. He is the subject here, singular, and if a subject is singular, the verb must also be singular. Owns is a verb here, singular because of the S. Now the sentence started this way. I think, present tense. You don't know, do is present tense. He owns, present tense. An apartment apart from 3 houses. The sentence started in the past, ended in the past, started in the present, ended in the present. Tense constancy is there. He owns an apartment apart from 3 houses. Apart from 3 houses means in addition to 3 houses, he owns an apartment. Besides 3 houses, he owns an apartment. Other than 3 houses, he owns an apartment. That's the meaning of this statement. Now the error in this given statement is in part B. Come to the next one. Each one of them has had his share of the profit. Each is an indefinite pronoun. Now, as we discussed in subject-verb agreement, whenever you come across an indefinite pronoun in a sentence, no other rule applies there. Conclude that the subject of the sentence is singular. And if the subject is singular, the verb must also be singular. Each one of them has, that is completely fine. Each tells us that subject is singular, has is singular. Has, have, there is no usage in English like has, have. We did not discuss any such usage in the structures of tenses. Has, have is a wrong usage, so the error in the statement is in part B. Now in this case, the correct statement must be each one of them has had his share of the profit. Has had is a correct usage. Have had is a correct usage. Had is also correct usage. If you check the rules that we discussed, in the structure part, we have discussed all these things. I have had, she has had, they had, all these are correct. Has had is has plus V3. And has plus V3 is present perfect tense. So correct sentence must be each one of them has had his share of the profit. Come to the next one. Father said, daughter, you have completed your homework? Question mark. This is an interrogative sentence. Actually, this is indirect speech because it's given within quotations. We'll discuss speech in detail. Daughter, you have completed your work? Interrogative. And if it is interrogative, the auxiliary verb must always come before the noun or pronoun. We discussed many times now in this exercise itself. Come to the statement. Daughter, you have completed your work. You is the pronoun here. Have is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming after the pronoun. The auxiliary verb can come after the pronoun only if it is not an interrogative sentence. This is an interrogative sentence, so the auxiliary verb must come before the pronoun. That is the error. We got the answer. The error is in part C. In fact, the correct statement here must be, daughter, have you completed your work? Have you completed your work? Have is the auxiliary verb. You is the pronoun here. The auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun. Interrogative sentence. Now this statement is completely fine. So correct sentence must be, father said, daughter, have you completed your work? Question mark. Have you completed is have plus V3 and have plus V3 is present perfect tense. Come to the next one. I wish I have learned driving when I was 18. I wish, we wish, you wish, they wish, he wishes, she wishes. All these sentences are in the subjunctive mood. Imaginary state, not a reality, just an imagination or a wish. And as we discussed, I wish, we wish, you wish, all these will be followed by simple past tense. All these will be followed by simple past tense. That is a rule we discussed. Now come to this. I wish I have learned driving. Have learned is have plus V3. Have plus V3 is present perfect. I wish cannot be followed by present perfect tense. I wish must be followed by simple past tense. That is the error. The error is in part B. Now in this case, the correct statement must be, I wish I learned driving when I was 18. I learned driving. The subject here is I plus learned is V2 here and subject plus V2 is simple past. I wish followed by simple past tense. Now this sentence is grammatically correct. So correct statement must be, I wish I learned driving when I was 18. Getting it? We are in this exercise we come across questions on both the rules and the exceptions. We'll go for some questions on sentence improvement. Do you remember his name? Question mark. I don't suspect so. Now this part is given as the options. I told you every option that we select must be grammatically correct and must make sense. If a sentence is grammatically correct but does not make sense, without thinking must eliminate that option. Do you remember his name? Question mark, interrogative. Do is the auxiliary verb. You is the pronoun here. The auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun. Interrogative sentence, the first part is grammatically correct. Do you remember? Remember is V1 plural because no S, no ES, no IS. And it is always do plus V1 plural. Do, does, did plus V1 plural. That concept is also completely fine. You should be able to identify all the rules that come in every sentence. Do you remember his name? I don't suspect so. Suspect means doubt. The meaning of suspect is doubt. Do you remember his name means, do I have a doubt or don't I have a doubt? If I don't have a doubt, I will never ask you, do you remember his name? Only if I have a doubt, I'll ask you, do you remember his name? I don't suspect so. So it is very clear from the first part that I have a doubt whether you remember his name or not. I have a doubt whether you remember his name or not is the meaning. So I have a doubt. I don't suspect so. Suspect means doubt. I don't doubt means I don't have a doubt. According to the meaning of the sentence, I should have a doubt. So based on that, option D is eliminated. Come to option B. Don't think. Don't think is anyway a blunder. Grammatically wrong option. Eliminated. Fine. I may think so. Now, do you remember his name? I may think so means like it is like uncertain. Possibility. Leave it. Come to A. I don't think so. That means I don't think that you remember his name. That makes sense. Fits the sentence. Option C is eliminated. The answer must be option A. Now we'll see whether the whole sentence makes sense or not. What is given as a question. Do you remember his name? I don't think so. That means I don't think that you remember his name. Now the sentence makes sense. Come to the next one. She had her lunch when we went there. I gave you an example earlier. To give you one more example, come to the statement. These three. While going to college, he saw a cattle. He saw a statue. When going to school, he saw a statue. I told you in the clause, in the idea that contains when, ing cannot appear. I told you this. Eliminated. At the beginning of the exercise, I told you. While going to school, he saw a statue. In the idea containing while, ing can appear. The first statement is grammatically correct. The second statement is wrong. Come to the third one. When we went there, comma, they were playing. Now, in the idea containing when, we don't have ing. This statement is grammatically correct. When we went there, comma, they were playing. I told you earlier, if you remember, if you check the rules, you understand. The meaning of this statement is, what were they doing when we went there? What were they doing is past continuous. They were playing is verb plus V1 plus ing past continuous. If the tense and the category of the question and the answer must be the same. So when we went there, they were playing. The meaning of this statement is, what were they doing when we went there? What were they doing is past continuous. They were playing is also past continuous. This statement is grammatically correct. Now come to the question that we were discussing. Yes. She had her lunch when we went there. This is the idea that contains when. In this idea, we don't have ing. That is completely fine. Now understand the meaning. She had her lunch when we went there. So meaning of this statement is, what was she doing when we went there? That's the meaning. What was she doing when we went there is the meaning of the statement. What was she doing is the meaning of the statement. What was she doing? Was plus V1 plus ing is past continuous tense. So according to the meaning, the question is in the past continuous tense. So the answer must also be in the past continuous tense, because the tense and the category of the question and the answer must be the same. Based on that, option D is eliminated. She had her lunch is simple past tense. It is not past perfect here. Had is a main verb here because there is no main verb after had. She is the subject plus had is V2. Subject plus V2 is simple past. We want past continuous. Option D is eliminated. Come to option B. She wished to have. She is the subject. Wished is V2. Subject plus V2 is simple past. Eliminated. Come to option C. She avoided her lunch. She is the subject. Avoided is V2. Subject plus V2 is simple past. Eliminated. What we want is past continuous tense. The question, according to the meaning of a sentence, the question is in the past continuous tense, so the answer must also be in the past continuous tense. Now come to option A. She was having her lunch. Was having is was plus V1 plus ing. And was plus V1 plus ing is past continuous tense. I told you earlier, having has a meaning like eating. She was having her lunch means she was eating her lunch. So the correct sentence must be, she was having her lunch when we went there. So what was she doing when we went there? She was having her lunch when we went there. Grammatically correct statement. The question and the answer are in the same tense, same category, completely fine. The answer must be option A. Come to the next one. It took a long time for us to realize what was truth is what. What was truth? It took a long time for us to realize what was truth, full stop. This is not an interrogative sentence because it is not ending with a question mark, it is ending with a full stop. Right. Now, what was truth? Truth is a noun here. Was is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming before the noun. The auxiliary verb can come before the noun only if it is an interrogative sentence. This is not an interrogative sentence, so the auxiliary verb must come after the noun. Based on that, option A is eliminated. Based on that, option D is eliminated. Given statement is wrong. A is eliminated. The auxiliary verb is coming before the noun. B is also eliminated. The auxiliary verb is coming before the noun. So based on that single concept, 3 options eliminated. Now we have only one option, option C. Now come to option C. It took a long time for us to realize what the truth was. What the truth was. The truth is the noun here. Was is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming after the noun. Not an interrogative sentence. Completely fine. There is in part. The answer must be part C. Got it? So correct sentence must be, it took a long time for us. It took is past tense, started in the past, ended in the past. Tense consistency is there. It took a long time for us to realize what the truth was. One more reason to eliminate option A is there's no tense consistency here. Took is past tense, is his present tense. Based on that is another reason to eliminate option A. The answer must be option C. Come to the next one. By this time tomorrow, by this time tomorrow, he will have reached his friend's house. The sentence talks about action in the future because tomorrow refers to future. How many ideas are there in this sentence? Only one idea. He will have reached his house. There is only one idea in this sentence and then by is there. So tomorrow refers to future. There is only one idea in this statement. By is there. The rule we discussed. When there is only one idea in the future along with by, that idea must be in the future perfect tense. Come to the statement now. So this statement must be in the future perfect tense. By this time tomorrow, he will have reached his friend's house. He will have reached is will plus have plus V3. And will plus have plus V3 is future perfect. One idea in the future along with by, it is in the future perfect tense. There is no error in this statement. The answer must be D, no improvement. We'll discuss the other options as well. Will be reaching is will plus be plus V1 plus ing, future continuous, eliminated. Shall have reached. Now this option is grammatically wrong, because it's always shall plus have plus V3, future perfect. Reach is V1. There is no structure in English like shall plus have plus V1. We did not discuss any such structure, so option B is eliminated. Come to see. Can reach is can plus V1 plural. Correct structure actually, but it's always can plus V1 plural. Do, does, did, will, shall, would, can, could, may, might, all these, must, should, have to, need to, ought to, has to, had to, all these plus V1 plural. So can reach is can plus V1 plural. This is a correct structure, but in this statement we want future perfect, not this, eliminated. The answer is option D, no improvement. Getting it? Come to the next one. Didn't Mr. Shantan come home yet? We have discussed the rule regarding yet in the exceptions on tenses. Yet appears in the present perfect tense, and yet is for actions that are not done. Yet comes in the present perfect tense, and yet is for actions that are not done. As yet is there, this statement must be in the present perfect tense. Come to the given statement. Didn't Mr. Shantan come is simple past tense. We want present perfect, eliminated. Come to option A. Hadn't Mr. Shantan come is had plus V3, past perfect, eliminated. Isn't come is anyway not present perfect because has so have is not there, eliminated. The answer must be option B. Hasn't Mr. Shantan come home yet? Hasn't Mr. Shantan come is has plus come is V3 here. Has plus V3 is present perfect. Based on that simple rule, 3 options eliminated. We got the answer. The answer is option B, present perfect tense. This sentence talks about an action that is not done. Come to the next one. Understand the meaning. That's the most important thing. How long are you plowing the fields? Question mark. Interrogative sentence. How long refers to duration. Long means how long in the sense like the time, period of time. Duration means for. Duration appears in which 2 categories? Perfect and perfect continuous categories of all the 3 tenses. So option that we want must be in the perfect tense or perfect continuous tense. We want an option that is in the perfect tense or perfect continuous tense. Come to the given statement. How long are you plowing? Are you plowing is R plus V1 plus ing. R plus V1 plus ing is present continuous tense. Duration cannot appear in present continuous. One more reason. In a continuous sentence, present, past and future, point of time or period of time cannot be mentioned. Based on that, D is eliminated, B is eliminated, C is eliminated. How long you are plowing is R plus V1 plus ing, present continuous, eliminated. C says, were you plowing, were plus V1 plus ing, past continuous, eliminated. One more reason to eliminate option B is, this is an interrogative sentence. It's ending with a question mark. So the auxiliary verb must come before the noun or pronoun. Come to Bombay. How long you are plowing? You is the pronoun here. R is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is coming after the pronoun. The auxiliary verb can come after the pronoun only if it is not an interrogative sentence. That is another reason to eliminate option B. As I said, if you are not getting the help of one rule, forget about it. You think about some other rules. Now we have only one option left, option A. Come to option A. How long have you been plowing? Have you been plowing is have plus been plus V1 plus ing. And have plus been plus V1 plus ing is present perfect continuous. How long? Duration can appear in present perfect continuous. The answer must be option A. Now we can check one more concept here. Interrogative sentence. How long have you been plowing the fields? Have is the auxiliary verb. you is the pronoun, the auxiliary verb is coming before the pronoun because it is an interrogative sentence. That concept is also completely fine. The answer is option A. Getting it? Come to the next one. Understand the meaning. Every sentence must make sense. They denied that they had not stolen my wallet. They denied that they had not stolen my wallet. Now, we denied that we did something. We denied that we had done something or we had not done something. We denied that we did something. Now, if I say I denied that I had committed the murder means I did not commit a murder. I denied that I had not committed the murder means I committed the murder. So we deny that we had done something. We will not deny that we haven't done something. We deny that we had done something. I repeat, I denied that I had committed the murder means I did not commit the murder. I denied that I had not committed the murder means I committed the murder. So we deny that we did not do something. It's wrong. We deny that we did something. That is the meaning. They denied that they had not stolen my wallet. They denied that they had not stolen my wallet means they stole my wallet. Does not make sense. Option D is eliminated. We always deny that we did not do something. Come to option, we always deny that we have done something. Come to option A. They denied that they would not steal my wallet means they would steal my wallet. Does not make sense. Eliminated. They denied that they did not steal my wallet means they stole my wallet. Does not make sense. Eliminated. Based on that simple understanding of the meaning, we eliminated 3 options. Now we have only one option. They denied that they had stolen my wallet. That means they did not steal my wallet. So they are saying that they did not steal my wallet. Now, had stolen is had plus V3 past perfect. Past perfect can be used when there are 2 actions in the past tense and there is a time difference between the 2 actions. The action completed first must be in the past perfect tense. Now we will see whether that concept is fine or not. Understand the meaning once again. They denied that they had stolen my wallet. We have 2 actions in the past tense here. One is they denied. The other one is they had stolen my wallet. Now these are 2 actions. Which is the action completed first? Stealing is the action completed first. Then only they can deny action. Will there be any time difference between stealing and denying? Yes. Immediately after stealing they will not deny. So pakka, undoubtedly there will be some time difference between stealing and denying it. So undoubtedly from the meaning it's very clear that there is some time difference between the 2 actions. So 2 actions in the past tense, time difference is there. The action that is completed first must be in the past perfect tense. Which is the action completed first? Denying or stealing? Stealing is the action completed first, only then they'll deny. So that must be in the past perfect tense. Had stolen is had plus V3 past perfect. That concept is also completely fine. There is in part, the answer is part option C. Based on a simple understanding of the meaning, anyway we have got the answer by eliminating 3 options. Clear? Come to the next one. I used to work for Mr. Gupta. Used to, I've told you about the rule regarding the usage used to in the exceptions on tenses. Remember, if there is an auxiliary verb in front of used to will be followed by ing. If there is no auxiliary verb in front of used to will be followed by V1 plural. I have explained this rule with examples. Come to the statement now. I used to work for Miss Gupta. In this statement, there is no auxiliary verb in front of used to. And if there is no auxiliary verb in front of used to must be followed by V1 plural. So it is very clear that we want an option that contains V1 plural. Come to the given statement. I used to work. Work is V1 plural because no S, no ES, no IS. So there is no auxiliary verb in front of used to used to is followed by V1 plural, the given statement is completely fine. I used to work for Mr. Gupta, the answer must be D. But we'll discuss the other options. Come to option A. Used to. I have told you this. There is no usage in English like used to. It is always used to. Come to Bombay. I used to working. Working is ing. There is no auxiliary verb in front of used to. So ing cannot be used here. Option B is eliminated. Come to option C. I used to worked. Worked is both V2 and V3. It is work, worked, worked. Used to cannot be followed by V2 or V3. We did not discuss any such rule actually. Option C is eliminated. The answer must be D. The given statement is completely fine. There is no improvement required. Getting it? Next one. The chefs are working in the kitchen from morning and will continue to do so until evening. Understand the meaning. The chefs are working in the kitchen from morning and will continue to do so until evening. So, meaning of the statement is the chefs started working in the kitchen in the morning and they will continue working until evening. So, this sentence talks about an action that starts and keeps going till some time. And for any action that starts and keeps going till some time, we have to use which category? We have to use the perfect continuous category. This part is given as the options. The option that we go for must be in the perfect continuous category. Based on that, I eliminate 3 options and I've got the answer B. I'll explain. Are working is R plus V1 plus ing. Present continuous. We want perfect continuous. So option D is eliminated. D is gone. Come to option A. Have worked is have plus V3. Present perfect. We want perfect continuous. Eliminated. Come to C. Were working is were plus V1 plus ing. Past continuous. We want perfect continuous. Eliminated. Now come to Bombay. Have been working is have plus been plus V1 plus ing, and have plus been plus V1 plus ing is present perfect continuous. This idea must anyway be in the perfect continuous category. The only option that is in perfect continuous is option B. Getting it? Come to the next one. He said that he saw her 2 years ago to discuss the matter. We have 2 actions in the past tense here. One is he said and the other one is he saw her 2 years ago. These are the 2 actions in the past tense. Fine. When did he see her? He saw her 2 years ago. When did he say that? After 2 years. Because he said that he saw her 2 years ago. The 2 actions in the past tense here, one is he said, other one is he saw her. According to the sentence, he saw her 2 years ago. And he said that after 2 years, because he said that today. He said that he saw her 2 years ago means he saw her 2 years ago. He said that today. So there is a time difference between the 2 actions. We have 2 years of time difference between seeing her and saying that. So with 2 actions in the past tense, 2 years of time difference is there. So action completed first must be in the past perfect tense. Understand the meaning. Which is the action completed first? Saying that or seeing her? Seeing her is the action completed first, so that must be in the past perfect tense. Based on that, option D is eliminated, A is eliminated, C is eliminated. Come to given statement. He saw is V2, subject plus V2 is simple past tense, eliminated. He met is V2, subject plus V2 is simple past, eliminated. Come to C. He has met is has plus V3. Met is V3. There's nothing like has plus V2. Has plus V3 is present perfect. We want past perfect. There's no tense consistency here. The sentence started in the past, said has met is present, no tense consistency. That is another reason to eliminate option C. Now come to Bombay. Had met is had plus V3, past perfect. Met is V3 here. There's nothing like had plus V2. So correct sentence must be he said that he had met her 2 years ago to discuss the matter. The answer is option B. Clear? Come to the next one. I am loving cakes. This statement is grammatically wrong. I told you I am loving you is wrong. It must be I love you. I am hating you is wrong. It must be I hate you. I am doubting you is wrong. It must be I doubt you. I am liking you is wrong. It must be I like you. So I am loving cakes is wrong. So option D is eliminated. Come to option A. Has loving is has plus V1 plus ing. There is no structure in English like has plus V1 plus ing. Option A is eliminated. Now understand the meaning. Come to option B. I have been loved cakes. Now in fact, who must be doing the action? I must be doing the action. What must be receiving the action? Cakes must be receiving the action. I have been loved means who is getting loved here? I am getting loved here. What should get loved according to the meaning? The cakes should get loved, not I. I love the cakes. So cakes should get loved. Option B says I have been loved. I have been loved means I am getting loved. But as per the meaning, the cake should get loved. Option B does not make any sense. Eliminated. It must be I love cakes. I am doing the action. The cakes are receiving the action. With I, the verb must always be plural. Love is V1 plural. The pronoun I is the subject here. Love is the verb here. Cakes, the noun cakes becomes the object. I love cakes. The next one. She took an exam when the lights went out. I gave you a similar question earlier. When the lights went out. So meaning of the statement is, what was she doing when the lights went out? That's the meaning. What was she doing when the lights went out is the meaning of the statement. What was she doing is past continuous. They are similar ones, what we did earlier. The answer must also be in the past continuous tense. Based on that, option D is gone, option A is gone, option C is gone. The answer must be option B. Come to this given statement. She took. She is the subject plus took is V2. Subject plus V2 is simple past. We want past continuous eliminated. Come to option A. Has been taking is has plus been plus V1 plus ing. Present perfect continuous. We want past continuous eliminated. Had taken is had plus V3. Had plus V3 is past perfect eliminated. Come to option B. Was taking is was plus V1 plus ing. And was plus V1 plus ing is past continuous. So what was she doing when the lights went out? She was taking a test when the lights went out. Option B makes sense, grammatically correct, completely fine. The answer must be B. Come to the next one. The apartment he is talking about is not existing. It is very clear that the given statement is grammatically wrong because I told you about existing. I am existing here is wrong. It must be I exist here. So based on a simple reason, I eliminate three options because A, C and D say existing, gone. The answer must be option B. Now we'll see whether option B is grammatically correct or not. The apartment he is talking about. The sentence started in the present tense. Does not exist. Does comes only in the present tense. Started in the present, ended in the present. Tense constancy is there. Does not exist. Exist is V1 plural. Exist is V1 singular because of the S. So does not exist, I told you it's always do, does, did plus V1 plural. Exist is V1 plural, so does not exist is the correct structure and the answer must be option B. Come to next one. Understand the meaning. He may be poor, but now he appears to be rich. He may be poor, but now he appears to be rich. The given statement is fine. Appears to be rich means he seems to be rich. Leave it there, we'll come back to it. Come to option A. He appears to seem rich. Appears is the same as seem. I told you about the concept of redundancy. In a sentence, there should not be more than one word conveying the same meaning. If it is there, it becomes a letter with redundancy, repetition. Appears is the same as seems, so option A is eliminated based on redundancy. Come to option B. Appears rich to be. This option is in the wrong structure. To be is wrong, it must be appears to be rich. So option B is eliminated. Come to C. He appears to had been rich. Now the sentence started in the present tense. So whole statement must be in the present tense. Only then there will be tense constants. Appears to had been rich. Had is past tense. No tense constancy, eliminated. The answer must be option D. Now in fact, you should not get stuck with any option. If you find any difficulty in identifying whether an option is correct or wrong, leave it and move on to the other options. Now come to the given statement once again. That is the only option we have now. He may be poor, but he appears to be rich. Yeah, I'm sorry, I compared this option with this question. Yeah. He may be poor, but now refers to present. Had is past tense. There's no tense constancy here. Option C is eliminated. The given statement is completely fine. He appears to be rich is the same as he seems to be rich. Come to the, yes, we have already discussed it. So these are the rules. We have done exercises. This exercise contained questions on both the rules and the exceptions. We did not miss any rule or any exception. We had a question in every rule and every exception. So first go for the rules and the exceptions by heart. Try solving the questions based only on those. Never go for guesswork. So this topic, tenses, matters a lot. Now all what we discussed now will be useful to us in the case of cloze test and fill in the blank questions as well. Because in the case of cloze test and fill in the blanks will be based on both grammar and vocabulary. And whenever you find verbs given as options, you have to think about all the rules that appear in tenses. So this topic matters a lot as far as our examination is concerned. Hope it's clear to you. Thank you.